Hi Trumpets, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to do Accent Book 2, page 19. On page 19, we're talking about enharmonics. Enharmonics are any two notes that are written differently, but their pitch sounds the same. And they give us some examples. C sharp is the same pitch as D flat. They're enharmonics. F sharp and G flat and B and C flat. And if you notice on the piano keyboard at the top of the page, they're showing you the notes that have the enharmonics. Our first exercise today to play is number 64. It's the chromatic crawl, and it's part of the chromatic scale pattern. So if you don't know your fingerings for your chromatic scale, look at a fingering guide in the book at the end and use that fingering guide to help you figure out the notes that you're unfamiliar with. I've got my metronome set at 70 beats per minute. I'm going to begin playing my chromatic crawl. My first note is C, C sharp, 1, 2, 3, D, and then D sharp, which is enharmonic with E flat, 2 and 3. And 1, 2, ready, go. Let's play that one again. 1, 2, ready, go. Moving on to number 65, the theme from Piano Concerto No. 2 by Sergei Rachmaninoff. This piece is in cut time. Do you remember what cut time means? It means that we are in 2/2 time, 2 counts per measure, and whole notes get 2 beats, half notes get 1 beat, quarter notes get a half of a beat. So quarter notes will sound like eighth notes. Half notes will sound like quarter notes. And whole notes will sound like half notes. Let's get started. I'll give you 1 and 2 and play. Ba-da. So quickly jump in after play. 1 and 2 and play. Remember that you can pause the video and then practice that material. Then you can rewind and review it again with me if you need to. Take the advantage to do that if you need more help. Don't just skip to the next exercise. Get the value out of every exercise. In the Hall of the Mountain King is next by Edvard Grieg. Take a look at part A. Take a look in measure 2. We've got G sharp, E, G sharp. So 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Then we've got G, E flat, G. G nothing, E flat 2 and 3, G nothing. So that's a tricky measure. Be careful. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready and go. Our last exercise that we'll play is from the Overture of the Barber of Seville by Gioacchino Rossini. This piece has 3 pickup eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3, bum 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 ba-dum. To get started, we'll count 1 and 2 and 3, and then we'll play right after beat 3. This piece is in 4/4 time, and it's got an F sharp, so we'll need to be careful of that F sharp, especially near the end of line 1 and the beginning of line 2. So mark it if you need to. So I'm going to count 1 and 2 and 3. Bum, bum, bum. 1 and 2 and 3. Now, the section I'd like to work out is the last 4 measures. And it starts with the high note E. E, D, C, B, E, D, C, B. So we've got no valve, 1 valve, no valve, 2 valve. E, D, C, B, E, D, C, B. Let's start there. Again, like the beginning, I'm going to count 1 and 2 and 3, and we'll start. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3. Practice that on your own a few times to master that combination. Our last exercise is accent on theory, and they simply want you to use a pencil and rewrite each of these notes as the enharmonic equivalent. So we'll be changing that F sharp into a G flat. You can do the rest on your own. Until I see you next time, keep practicing.